studio together.
Hello, good morning, folks. Icky Blossoms in the house. Thursday, the 27th of June. It's my older sister Stephanie's birthday. Happy birthday, Stephanie. So I'll be 69 on the 7th of July. Now, if I've got it right, James is a year older than me and you're a year older than him. So today, 71. 71. Wow. We're still here. That's what's beautiful. We're still here. Hey, folks. Doing all right. Yesterday was a bit, the weather, and the aftermath of the storm, and then besides my trip out to the store, catching up with the local news coverage, it took most of the day for me to feel okay. It was weird, and I dodged a bullet, but unfortunately a friend of mine, the Goodwins, did not. Their house got smashed in by their tree, and both Ray and I are having no success, Raymond, in getting a hold of the folks who do trees. They're in such demand right now. Would really like to get the tree removed in the back. Happy birthday to my sister Stephanie. Love her very much, and I hope that she has the day off of work today. I'll look at the comments in the section. I did delete some yesterday, the usual suspects. Played this all the way through yesterday. Hot Rats, Frank Zappa, after watching the 2.5-hour documentary on the mothers on Tubi. 1969 is when this came out. That's something, and to get the story through, I knew the story as much as a fan can know, but to hear in the documentary all the details regarding leading up to Frank disbanding the first mothers, doing this and moving into the second version of the mothers, I will agree. I think Frank was an imperfect human being like us all, but he was a genius. And it was also cool to find out how important Ian Underwood was in the transition, because Ian Underwood is classically trained and could handle what Frank was going after. And he needed a higher caliber of musicians, and that's why he switched up. Glad I've never met Frank Zappa, but I've met his son Dweezil. I've met Jimmy Carl Black, Don Preston, not Motorhead, but another important, can't think of his name right now. What else is going on? Well, yesterday I received, and I always appreciate this, I haven't dug in yet, I'm just going to show them, I haven't even opened them. I appreciate that I am on the mailing list still for Discus Music out of England, and Public Eyesore, a label that the guy that runs it is a friend of mine, Brian Day. So they've sent me their latest releases with one sheet press releases, and that's what I hope to get into today, is these records. Elowen Moldy Cushions. This is the new Brian Day Elowen release. Here's the three on Discus. Matthew Bourne harpsichords, or however, That looks interesting. 2 releases that involve Martin Archer. One is with Ron Keynes, who was in East of Eden. Their project Axis, a new one. Practical Dreamers. Martin stays busy. He doesn't sit on his thumbs. And one more. This is a Martin Archer thing. Yeah, Martin Archer and Walt Shaw. So these will be, as I was talking about the other ones I hadn't really absorbed. I appreciate being on the mailing list, and it gives me something to look forward to, and a bit of a job, you know, as a reviewer. So what's on my mind today is my sister's birthday. You know, hope that she's having a good time out there. The latest in the group discussions that we have daily pretty much is I was keeping them up to date about the weather here, and the latest thing from my sister Stephanie was that there were 1,000 lightning strikes that caused recent fires in Northern California within 3 hours, she says. That's wild. So I heard from Michael Dawson, who was saying, come to California, weather's been pretty good. Haha, yeah, right. It's inescapable. The whole planet is you know, involved here. There's no safe places. So I had to kind of finagle the decaf cinnamon nut and added something else because decaf sucks taste-wise, really bland. So I'm getting by on this, but I have to find another spot in town because my regular store, it looks like, well, I hope they get another shipment in from Pears, but it's been over a week. You got the and even the grounds where you can make, you know, grounds, you grind your own, that section of cinnamon. Somebody else besides me likes cinnamon nut swirl. It's gone. Okay. So besides the prank Zappa, because I'm like that, you know, I'm obsessive. You know, you do something and you get started and you keep going. So I finished the Frank Zappa. I watched Eno, Man Who Fell to Earth. Great overview of him. I was thinking of showing some Eno. I've got a lot of Eno. I really don't compare Eno to Aphex Twin, but they're both involved in electronics. Eno is more in my wheelhouse compared to a lot of the jittery stuff that Aphex Twin does. Really enjoy the Eno. Never have not seen or met Eno. Would like to. Seen Roxy Music. And then I started to watch the Swans documentary. It's intense. I've met Michael Gyra, and glad that I have, you know, seen the Swans twice. Last time I saw them, I was a guest of the band. How cool is that? Or Norman Westberg, who was in the band, still associated. So that's been cool. I do like Eno, and as I was watching his thing, I have a lot of stuff he's done. There's a lot that I don't have. Some of those really obscure early collectible things. I don't have oblique strategy cards. Really don't want them, you know. But as a music collector, if you come across those things, it's something, yeah, I would have gotten, but never had the chance to. My Eno section is right up here, and I'll grab some. Will I? Yes, I will. Oh yeah. Let me just grab some. I'm not gonna grab them all. Oh boy, that'd be a lot. Well, let me just keep. Let's go. Oh shit. And this is not all of my Eno. It's not. And just to keep things interesting, in the alphabetical section, what's right next to Eno? Well, you can guess, can't you? What comes before Eno? Enid. The Enid. Classical prog band, The Spell. is one of their albums. Again, it's been a while since I played this, but the one of theirs that I know best is this one, Airy Fairy Nonsense. This is my second copy of it, actually. I'm not sure why I got rid of the first copy, but this is a used that I got. It's good stuff. Eno's not in order, but I'll show some. This is not all, okay? And then I've got a bunch on CD. I do highly regard his methodology. They were talking about this, Here Come the Warm Jets. I liked it when it first came out, although the vocals were, something to get used to. This is great, though. And, of course, Baby's on Fire. Blank Frank, though, most of this album. Another Green World. It was cool to hear Percy Jones talk about what he and Phil Collins did, because they basically just jammed and, took that and ran away with it. I think this is a brilliant album. Taking Tiger Mountain by Strategy. Third Uncle, that predated a lot of cool stuff, including punk. And they talk about in the documentary how it kind of predated Talking Heads. I never thought of it like that, but they're right. There is a Talking Heads feel there. Discreet music. It was cool that Island Records was willing to pay for this experiment of his, this label. I only have 3 of the 10 releases he put out. This is discreet music. Music for films. Something I right away know that I am still looking for is music for airports on vinyl. Music for airports on vinyl. Before and After Science. Not quite the same as Another Green World, but this is another really good one. Real good. With Cluster, Mobius Rodelius, After the Heat. Excellent. In watching the documentary, the original thing was he was supposed to go over and produce them. That didn't happen. I'm glad it didn't. I think this is probably, the collaborations would be much better. Here's another version of Discreet Music, an American reissue of it on Editions EG. Clustering, similar, not similar to After the Heat, even though it's the same 3 people. I like how they qualified that. Apollo, Atmospheres, and Soundtracks. Here's the upgraded version. This is good stuff. I'm just showing them rather than trying to do a whole lot of talking here. I'd be here all day. My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. Yeah, I thought this was pretty damn cool when that came out. I've got a 12-inch single. It's probably not here, is it? Well, here's the reissue of it. My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. Love that graphic. More blank than Frank. And then it was cool to hear about after he left Roxy Music and that period where he had already started working with Robert Fripp and then got back to this after leaving Roxy Music. No pussyfooting. Yeah, this is stuff you need to know about. And then Evening Star. Beautiful work. It's beautiful work. On Land. I love this one. Last track on here in particular, Dunwich Beach, Autumn 1960. Love that track. Small Craft on a Milk Sea. I remember when this came out. When this came out was the beginnings from my early days of the VC for me. I forget this guy's name, but there was this guy who was a big collector. I think it was in New York. And he would buy the exclusive stuff. And I remember him showing his exclusive version of this. And then shortly after that, he stopped doing videos, concerned that he was setting himself up to, I'm showing all this expensive stuff, someone's going to come rip me off. I remember that. Hyde, Carl Hyde from Underworld, Sunday World. I really like this one, The Ship. Excuse me. Really like this one. My Squelchy Life. Took him forever to get that out of him right now. Excuse me. Reflection. This is beautiful. I love it. Here's the single, Jezebel Spirit. Burn. What's this one? Yeah. Drums Between the Bells. With the words of Rick Holland. This is good. It's just his I like I like the way he works and thinks. Fractal Zoom with Moby remixes. This is all good stuff, it is. And the Shut Up Assembly. And most recently, Forever and Evermore. And I didn't grab them all. I can see that's enough, eh? And I'm not trying to be a completist. It's just that Eno does work that I like. And when I see it, I get it. Cheers. What's going on in the comments? Like I said, I deleted the bots or whatever they are. Yes, someone commented on James Chance, the janky guitar. So awesome. Magazine is killer. Yes, I love sharing about the music I love. Yes, 90 miles an hour wins. Yes, the day before. My amp is okay. It dried out. It's playing fine. And other people like Russ Gentili and other folks, they chime in. They feel the unrest, the unease of the world. And it's indeed something. Eric says, yeah, I've been feeling a heaviness for a while now. We live in a country of elite tyrants who don't give a fuck about us. Legislation is for sale to the highest bidder. Getting up every day, speaking out, listening to music, reading, watching documentaries, and staying informed is almost a rebellious act. No doubt. So, yeah, and also someone mentioned the Sakamoto, his last performance. I'll see it eventually. That's something it's like, yeah. And so the other thing, here more people are talking. Mike Saab and Nick Mastro were going on about capitalism. See, that's why, I'm not so stupid to, like some people who will just blame everything on the president. That's stupid, The system is out of control, and you can't blame it on one person, and what's been set in motion was set in motion a long time ago. The idea that somehow, because people think that there will be lower gas prices because of that idiot, and I will call him an idiot, and I don't care about other folks trying to insult me because I'm expressing, it's like I've been beat up by someone unfairly. And when I speak out and call them names, that's me striking back. It's justified. Trump has really put the hurt on this country, with his con. So he gets no respect from me, nor do his followers, really scummy people. The thing is, from my perspective, people are wanting lower prices and stuff, but I'm aware that we're in a time when big changes need to happen in order to save the planet, among other things. And that could actually end up being where we're paying more for certain things, because of the need for change in behavior. Of course, on a larger scale, to me, the people who keep siphoning off all the money, the rich bitches, are the first people in line who could and should make changes and, cause a ripple effect. downward. But the only ripple effect we have is trickle up. Our money keeps going to them. They don't change nothing. They party, and they're trying to put a criminal, a rapist. I'll say it. Nobody else will say it. Most likely a pedophile. Donald Trump trying to put him back in office because they can use him. What a horror. So I'm curious how this plays out tonight with this first debate. We're hurting. We don't have choices. We don't have a good choice. I'm not riding with Biden. That's what sucks. These people are just like they're demons or some kind of something's wrong with them. And I'll talk about this as much as I want to on this channel. You're the ones watching, okay? So be kind. I'm just being myself. Would you be like that to me in person? Really? Would you be that unkind? Why? It's like you want to try to start a fight or you want to assault me. Why? Why? What is wrong with these people? That's why we call it a cult. That's why I won't be quiet. Let's see what happens tonight with this debate, because I am so disappointed in America. We don't have decent people in high places of power. We don't. It's real sad. So I'm not going to worry about trying to end this on a high note and everybody be happy. Deal with things. I'm dealing with them. Okay? Talk to you. Oh, no, last thing I'll say. Happy birthday, Stephanie. That's how I end it. That's how I get the smile. Happy birthday, Stephanie. I love you so much. You are a friend as well as my sister. We've always vibed. Keep that vibe alive, as Herbie Hancock says. Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you.